My name is Kaitlyn. I am 25 years old. I live in London. I work at a large company. I am an assistant. One evening, I went to a small cafe. I wanted to relax after a long week of work. Suddenly, I saw Drake enter the room. Drake is my boss. He is the CEO of the company. I was surprised to see him in such a small place. Drake smiled when he saw me. He walked to my table and sat down. Drake said, "Kaitlyn, what a surprise." I felt nervous. I said, "Hello, Drake." We talked for many hours. I felt a connection with him. Drake listened to every word I said. He asked me to dance with him. I said yes. Then he moved closer to me. He kissed me. I knew this was wrong. He was my boss, but I did not stop it. After that night, the office felt new and strange. Everything was exciting. When I saw Drake, my heart beat fast. We tried to act normal like a boss and his assistant, but it was difficult. We smiled quickly when no one looked. One day, Drake sent me a message. It said, "Meet me at the hotel at 2 o'clock. I could not say no. I went to the hotel from our office. Drake was waiting for me inside. He looked handsome. He made me feel alive. We ate lunch quickly. Drake looked at me and said, "Kaitlyn, no one can ever know about us. This must stay between you and me. My job and my reputation are very important to me. If people knew, everything would change for me." I promised Drake that I would keep the secret safe. We decided to be careful. We met only when we were sure that no one would see us. One night, Drake showed me a wig and a mask. He said, "Let us use these. No one will know it is us." Drake was very smart. He wore a hat and a fake beard. I wore a red wig and big glasses. We felt safe when we wore them. We went to places where our coworkers went. They had no idea that their boss and his assistant were right there. During the day, I was Kaitlyn. I was the quiet assistant who sat at her desk. But at night, I became his secret lover. Then I saw her. It was Maya, a coworker from my office. She looked at us. I froze. My heart stopped. Drake held my hand. He knew something was wrong. Maya was walking toward us. I was scared. I said to Drake, "She is coming here." He said, "Do not worry, Kaitlyn." But Maya stopped right in front of us. She looked at my face. She seemed confused. Then she said my name. "Kaitlyn?" she asked. I quickly turned my head away from her. I said, "I think you are mistaken." Maya laughed and said, "I am sorry. You look exactly like a friend of mine." Maya finally walked away. My hands were shaking. Drake looked afraid. After that night, everything changed between us. Drake became cold and distant. He stopped calling me at work. He hardly looked at me. Drake acted like I was just his assistant again. I felt worried. I hoped that he was just busy. Then one morning, Drake sent me a message. It said, "Kaitlyn, please come to my office. We need to talk." My heart began to beat fast. I quickly walked to his door and went inside. Drake did not smile. His face was serious. Drake looked at me. He said, "Kaitlyn, we must stop this now. We have to stop seeing each other." I was shocked. I could not believe what I just heard. I said, Stop! Why, Drake, what happened? He said, "It is too dangerous. The night with your coworker Maya was a big problem. People are starting to notice things. If the office learns about us, I will lose everything. My job, my reputation. It is too much risk for me." Tears filled my eyes. I said, "But I love you, Drake. We can be more careful. We can meet far away." Drake shook his head. He said, "No, Kaitlyn, this is finished. It was a nice time, but it was a mistake. It is over now." My heart broke. I walked out of his office without saying another word. That night, I could not sleep. I sent Drake many messages. I wrote about my feelings and asked him to change his mind. I waited for a reply, but none came. He ignored every message I sent him. I realized the truth. Drake had chosen his professional life over me. I felt hurt. 1 month passed. I tried hard to forget Drake, but it was impossible. I thought about him every day. Work was difficult. I had to see Drake every day, but he acted like I was invisible. One morning, I arrived at the office early. I walked into the lobby and stopped suddenly. Drake was standing there. He was talking to a woman I did not know. The woman was young. She was very pretty. Drake looked happy. I asked a coworker, "Who is the new girl in the lobby?" My coworker replied, "Oh, that is Clara. She started working here last week. Mr. Drake hired her himself. They spend a lot of time together." I felt angry. Clara was the new girl. Drake had replaced me. He had moved on very fast. Our relationship meant nothing to him. That night I sent a message to Drake. I wrote about how much I still loved him. I waited for a reply, but Drake never answered. I could not keep the secret anymore. I needed to talk to someone. I thought about my friend Maya, who worked in the same office. One afternoon, I told Maya everything. When I finished, Maya looked at me and said, "I will not tell anyone. Your secret is safe with me." But the next morning, everything was different. I walked into the office, and everyone looked at me. I knew that the secret was out. Maya had not kept her promise. Soon, Drake called me into his office. He looked angry. He said loudly, "Did you tell people about us?" I could not lie to him. I said, "Yes, I told Maya." Drake put his head in his hands. He said, "You should never have done that, Kaitlyn." He looked very worried. I returned to my desk. I tried to work, but I felt sick. 1 hour later, the manager came to my desk. He said, "Kaitlyn, we have to let you go." I froze. "Why?" I asked. The manager said, "Your behavior was not professional. The secret relationship with Mr. Drake broke company rules." I had lost my job. Drake watched me leave. He did not walk over. He said nothing. I felt alone. I lost everything. I stayed at home for many days. I did not want to leave my bed. I thought about the past. Drake never loved me. He loved the thrill of hiding. When the secret was over, he ended me too. I knew I could not stay sad forever. I found a new job at a design studio. My new boss is kind. Sometimes I see Drake near my old office. He is with Clara, the new girl. They walk together holding hands. I learned a lesson. Secret love is not true love. If someone wants to keep you a secret, they do not value you. I learned that I deserve to be loved openly, not in the dark. If you liked this story, please like, comment, share, and subscribe.